What's good, YouTube? I'll do it like this. This ain't even. I guess I gotta say, what's good, stream, huh? What up, stream? So look, you guys have read the anticipations. I'm not really interested in shorts today. I only want to see longs today. The reason why I'm not interested in shorts is because ES is now in unexplored territory, and Q has been bumping against this POI for a while now. And so I want to see if we can trade lower, without SMT being on the highs. I'm interested in longing, but I'm still like, it's a high possibility that we don't touch this today. I'm trying to say. ES is still going crazy with the longs. Let me see. I believe we was in a monthly. No, we wasn't. Yeah, we was. Yeah, back to all time high. Shit was down there. What up, Tawa? Morning. The good thing about trading props is, well, doing any type of data, looking at any type of data. When you get your live account, there's so many scenarios and occurrences that you've already seen. The next time that I see a monthly, it may be next year or 2 years from now, a monthly like this. I will be narrowing this down and entering on a live account to hold. This is what? Almost 3,000 points now. Ridiculous. So, if we don't reject her, and get rid of this SMT on the highs with the bodies before coming down, I'm not longing. This is honestly a day where I could have not shown up as well. How you doing, Tawa? What's going on, man? And you know what? I'm not even counting this SMT on the highs right now because it was formed before news. It was formed by the volatility injection, so fake to me. Yeah, this is like the no trade day. Because we're up before down. We got SMT with the previous quarter high and SMT with the previous month high. So any manipulation is going to be on buy side. But people were already just trying to manipulate up. Not happening. Most likely. I'm chilling, Tawa. I'm beat, bro. I stayed up late last night. I've been editing this video. It's about like an hour. Well, it started off like 2 hours long, and now it's about an hour and 30 minutes long. And I'm about done. I just gotta go through, put music in the background. I'm just trying to get in the gym, eat some food, and get this money today. But it's likely a no trade day for me. Think you executing or no? Talk about. You see anything you like? know what's crazy? I did not expect us to move how we moved yesterday. I didn't even look at the charts until maybe around 11, 12. I was shocked. And look at the way that we push them out now. Yeah. Yep. No trade day, and it makes sense as well because I want to see this candle form completely so that we can use this daily. It would make sense for us to kind of move sideways and close a daily candle somewhere within this range. Chop chop. But if we come down here, I'm just gonna monitor because we can catch this A to B inside of potential consolidation. So we're gonna check it out. Specific BOI. By the time we're gonna see, bro. We're gonna see. I'm not even gonna try to anticipate everything today. By the time NQ reaches into this, I don't know if ES will be in this. So I annotated the one below it to give ES some time, pretty much. Check on my guy Blazier. See it, bro, on YouTube right now. Blazier been going crazy. I look like he be streaming random days of the month. I gotta ask him. Did you hear anything about nano futures, Tawa? I didn't hear nothing about that until right now on this live. That's crazy. That's dope, actually. So, NASDAQ up 20 cent per point contract. That would be good for smaller accounts for sure. Because how how I have to trade a live right now, I grab Henko trade, so it's basically like a CFD for real. Not exactly like a CFD, but a variant of a CFD, and I don't really trust them. Yeah, I need to do my research on it, see when they're coming out with it. I mean, to be honest though, I would definitely trade them. I would drop 500 into an account right now and start trading it. Cause Henko is cool, but it ain't really like the way to go long term. I feel like they'll run off with your bread. Cause CFD is not legal here. I don't think so. I believe that's how it works. I want to see what's going on here. So it looks like we're not gonna come all the way down here. It's gonna be could be another day of just straight floating up. If that's the case, I'm cool walking away early today. I'm surprised this level here even has any significance to price to reject on an hourly like that. I was gonna delete this new week opening gap off my chart. It might not even be a new day, new week, it might be a new day. Once they start talking about they'll give you a 500% bonus, time to go, brody. Time to go. About to start doing is posting on TikTok. Just on TikTok, I'm gonna get these followers, and I think I want to live across everything. Live across everything, more exposure. Not only that, but the lives become more fun for me. You know what I'm saying? It's more stimulation. Yo, this is nuts. What's going on this week is nuts. This is such a strong leg. It's the power of the monthly though. A monthly PD rate, weekly PD rate, daily PD, they all aligned with each other. Perfect. It's kind of the goal. I'm just not a social media guy, bro, so it's like I gotta go against my nature to grow. Like, yo, Tawa, like there's some days there's a part of me I don't want to hold a camera to my face, bro. Like I don't even want to speak what I'm thinking. I just want to think it. Like I just want to be a human. You know what I mean? But that nature doesn't align with my goals sometimes. So it's a very interesting dynamic. I'm gonna do it anyway. It's even more reason to do it once I don't want to do it. I try to pay attention throughout the day. I try to listen to certain things throughout I don't even try, I just do. Pay attention throughout the day. Listen to certain things throughout the day. I try to grab inspiration in everything, like I tell y'all, in any type of knowledge. Any type of knowledge that's nothing to do with trading, but I can tie it to trading. Because 9 times out of 10, I can tie it to trading. And I go to YouTube with that. It's difficult to come up with an idea every single day. But there are plenty of ideas. It's honestly a great exercise, bro. A great exercise. When I was a kid, my mom told me the lady across the street, she was like, the neighborhood thought that everybody was under the impression that she knew magic. I don't know. But she told my mother when I was a child that I was going to be somebody with a voice. And it's made sense my whole life. I don't know what type of magic she knew to be having to know that, if anything. But it kind of lines right up with this YouTube stuff. No, I knew what you meant, Tyler. I'm gonna get a chart to like 10:15. After 10:15, no point me watching this shit. I'm going to the gym. It's back day. I can't. Back day take OD long. The muscles are so big, and my torso is so long that I have to switch grips on nearly every machine just to hit my back how I want it. Hit my back how I want to hit. So it's actually perfect. One of these days this week, probably Friday, maybe even tomorrow, there's gonna be a nice opportunity, and that's the one that I'm waiting on. That's the one that'll pass us this account. That's the one that'll take this funded at a drawdown. And we'll be on the road. Fat dog. Move, man. The perfect respect that this level on ES is getting. Some people call these institutional levels, some people call them psych levels. It could be both. I have no idea. But usually, what happens is when we reach a level on one of these assets, when we reject it, it targets a PD array. You can imagine these levels as a PD array. They offer resistance, they offer support as well. So if that's the case, then they have to have a inception to terminus. They have to have A to B. They have to have an objective when they reject. And typically, when they do reject, that objective is a weekly PD array or a daily. 7,700 basically. Targeted this daily. 31,100. Targeted this daily. You'll see it over and over and over. One second. It look like some distant family that I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Nick, you know what I'm saying, brother? Fuck that. Let somebody else do it. Oh shit. I'm trying to get situated. All this is just noise for real. The volatility is crazy though. Let's see what the other traders is looking at. Yo, what up, Taban? Am I pronouncing that right? I ain't doing nothing. I'm hands off right now. I don't like what I see at all. You trade today? Let's see what these other traders is doing. I'm always curious because to me this look untradeable for real. Hopefully you caught a dub, bro. Hopefully you caught a dub. Is it range? Since open. Yeah, man, I'm working on getting my consistency back. Well, the problem isn't really consistency. Not that it's a problem, but when you're uploading every single day, you need infinite ideas, and it's fun. It's fun. Like, I firmly believe once I open my mouth, the creator will start speaking through me. Then they're going to the avatar state like, but it's really a good thing. I don't want to make it sound like a bad thing, because what happens is as I go throughout my day-to-day, like when I'm just being a regular person, you know what I'm saying, I'm constantly looking for knowledge or some type of meaning in anything that I can find, so that I can relate it back to the journey, or I'm interviewing myself, observing my thoughts. But you know, after you upload so many videos, like, certain things may start to get repetitive, and I try to avoid that. So it's a challenge for sure. It's a good challenge for us, just like going to the gym and trying to push to a failure. Like, I'm constantly redlining when it comes to ideas. So I appreciate that. That makes it easier to pick up this camera today, because it ain't always easy to pick it up. I'm gonna do it anyway. Goal is every single day I'm gonna post and upload, and maybe give myself one day on the weekends, because editing takes a while, you know. So as of right now, I've been editing this 2-hour video for a couple days. I've slimmed it down to 1 hour and 30 minutes, and I'm almost done. But it's a back testing video. Anyway, I'm grateful for you. This is chop. We'll probably chop all day so that we can see this daily candle close like this. We can see this daily candle close somewhere within this range. That gives us this whole Bissy here. I'm interested in this level though. This level is beautiful to me. We'll see if we can get there though. Facts, at some point the journey's bound to get repetitive. What I need to do is start bringing the camera in the gym. I just never want to be that guy, because I hate seeing it myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to ask you what happened to the back to some videos. Nah, they there, bro. Anyway, let me see. I can't share it to y'all. I'll likely upload one tonight and record them every weekend. The video that I'm gonna upload tonight, I believe we back to the first week in January of 2025. Got like 13R. So I'm doing the same thing that I'm doing right now. The goal with the back testing series is like the people that genuinely want to learn how I trade. Once I prove that I can trade, they'll have the back testing series and this live streaming series. I don't really want to charge people for nothing when I get to where I'm going. I might. I'm not saying that that's never going to happen, but I don't really want to. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hide knowledge behind a paywall. Cause whole time, bro, you know how many times I paid for somebody's course or mentorship and I didn't learn shit. Like either that or like I just didn't understand what they had going on. Their teaching style didn't sit well on my brain. Like I didn't understand, or I just simply didn't like how they traded. It wasn't me. It's like I'm not ready to charge nobody for something that already requires so much of them to make money. Like there was a study, I believe it was in Taiwan. What is it called? It's Taiwan Stock Exchange or something like that. And it's a brokerage. I believe it's a brokerage. Don't take my word for this, but I am sure on the Taiwan part. And they did the statistics. 87% of people quit trading within the first year. I want to say year. 13% after that. 13% lasts a little longer. Say like 2 or 3 years. 1% of people last around 5 years. And those 1% of people are usually the ones that are consistently profitable. I was talking to AI last night, and I'll probably talk about this in today's vlog. Yeah, for real. Thank God for ICT. And then I still had to find people to interpret ICT for me in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, he spoke a language of his own. I was talking to AI last night. I was asking it, what's the difference between the 87% and the 13%? How does one move from point A to point B? And what's the difference from the 13% and the 1%? And of course, it gave me the basic risk management and discipline and shit like that. And I asked it, if we were to exclude risk management and discipline, what is the difference between these groups? And what it said was data collection and reps. And when it said that, it was facts. I instantly knew it was facts. It said most people have a model and haven't went in and tested it day in, day out, and got the reps with it and got the correct strike rate with it. Because the thing is, like, once you get that discipline and you get risk management on lock, you're going to see if that model is profitable. You still have to, and we'll get to this, this is the difference between the 13% and the 1%, as well as the data collection, like the execution. You still have to execute that model flawlessly, repeatedly, day in and day out. So, data collection, that's the difference between 87% and 13%. Most people are just executing on something that, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I found it. You won't know how profitable that model is until you master those other things, or even just are able to do them for a short period of time. I personally got disciplined, got my risk management under control, and found out like what I'm doing is not profitable. It's not as profitable as I wanted. So then I went into creating my own models, which were profitable, but not profitable how I wanted to be. And the journey continues. And the 13% to the 1% is execution. And I got to asking the AI, like, why people badmouth trading them. Because my girl, her stepdad make bread. Like he make like $400K a year, I'm pretty sure. And he be asking me about trading sometimes, like, oh dude, did you see this stock market, this and that? Did you see this and that? But he has no idea why it's doing what it's doing. So I just be playing dumb, like playing dead dog for real. Like, I'm not trying to explain it to you because you've made this much money. I'm in this position. You're gonna feel like you're telling me something and I need to listen to you. You're retail minded, boy. Like, I'm not gonna disrespect you, but like, ask me about this shit sometimes, and I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I don't want to badmouth, bro, on this job. Like, I don't want to badmouth this job, bro, on this job. I ain't gonna lie. But he made bread, and it makes him look at me a certain way. I low-key forget where I was going with that shit. What's good? You want to tap in? Yo, I appreciate you, Chris, man. I'm grateful. Bro. Most of the times when I was consistent with trading, getting results. Yeah, like I had to collect data every day for a while too. And you know, it's funny, like I was profitable before. I worked my way all the way to profitable. I was profitable for a while, and then I droned off of it. Like I droned away from it. And how I droned away from it was like, I stopped collecting data. And what happened when I stopped collecting data, I forgot a small rule, a very, very small rule. And because of how I execute my entry model, that small rule threw off everything. So like, for example, on an hourly, I would look for PD array, and then once both assets reach into that PD array and whatever else I require from the market to execute, I would drop down to a 15-second and find my entry model. But if you peep my rules, where is it? Right here. Draw out the higher time frame POI and the lower time frame POI. We expect our manipulation or distribution to take place from. I wasn't drawing out my lower time frame POI when that was the one thing that was keeping everything together. Especially if you execute on a 15-second. You can't just go into an hourly and just drop down to a 15-second. Like, and that's where these lines come in, like this. These lines and these lines. We began to make things specific. Oh, bro, you gotta tighten up. 70K payout. You could have had 10 more of them by now. Is it what you mean you got lazy? Like, that could mean a lot of things. That could mean a whole lot. Yeah, OG be doing too much, man. That's why I don't be going over there. I'm gonna set an alert on my phone when we reach this. I just want to see what happens when we do. I doubt I'm gonna execute on anything today. Hey, I'm about to cut this fan on. Let me know if it bothers y'all with the mic. This ODI here. I got a hoodie on though, so. I wanted to execute today so bad, bro. I saw this setting up and I was like, dude, it's not even the cleanest day, but I want to execute so bad. Yo, hold on, bro. Are you in the US? You not in the US, bro? Greater constantly trying to battle Australia. Damn, that's crazy. That is so crazy, bro. What the fuck? Yo, life don't feel real sometimes, bro. You in Australia right now? That's crazy. I'm about to say Brisbane. I know I ain't been a lot of places, but I don't think this here. I'm constantly trying to balance how to spend money on evals and fundings, bro. I don't think there is balance with it for me. I just try not to go too crazy and I'll be alright. Brisbane. I'm about to look that up. It just sounds interesting. Yo, this look like a cool ass city, bro. What? Yo, y'all bridges look way different than ours. They got a beach on the city. That's crazy. And y'all trees look completely different. They even a different shade of green. Y'all whole layout is different. Australia look like, I don't know, like this shit look like a different universe of Miami or Brisbane do at least. Bro, trading in Australia would be tough. Why you say that? Like, what does a small city have to do with it? Sydney, I'm gonna look it up. It's crazy. I had a sister named Sydney. Yo, what the? There's so many places on this earth that I haven't been to, bro. I'm just not okay with that. Sydney look cool as shit. This one building that looked like a knight's helmet. I know you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. From Zimbabwe, it's way worse. Tawa, you from Zimbabwe? Yo, I need to just stop assuming that everybody that I talk to is in the U.S. It's so easy to be small-minded like that. Yo, Sydney looks fire though. Let me see something. So are you still in Zimbabwe? Are you gonna be there forever? We make this bread off of trading. You gonna stay there forever? Like, what's your plan? I've never been to Africa. I don't know much about Africa. I'm gonna be honest. Where are you gonna move to? I gotta go to Africa and Australia. Both. Yeah, Zimbabwe got some crazy ass waterfalls. Yo, so it's like midnight over there. You'll know when I'm coming to Australia, Taban. You will definitely know. As long as that's your name on like Instagram and shit, you will definitely know. I be hearing about that, Taban. I got a homie who's in Jamaica, and he deals with similar things. Yeah, man, you gotta get out of there. So, when you get out of there, what's your goal? Like, where you going? Bro, that is insane. Yeah, so y'all probably run into like, do y'all run into like dangerous ass animals often or something like that? Like even bugs. Like I don't even know how to imagine Africa or Australia besides how it's been painted to me, how I've been programmed to. I haven't done my own research on either one of them ever. So we got plenty of things to be grateful for. Monaco or Dubai, good choices. See, that's why I be trying to stay off of that shit. Monaco or Dubai, why those? Why those? And why y'all saying don't listen to them? Like, what? Cause, like, how else I'm gonna learn? You know what I'm saying? I gotta look it up. YouTube, probably. Yeah. Me, I see myself moving somewhere, like, just out the way. It could be in the States, but it gotta be away from everything. I need, like, a mile radius around my crib with mad cameras and trees. Yeah, huts and no water, like, it be sounding, they be making it sound crazy. They be making it seem so sad over there. That's the emotion they be playing on. Whole time it's probably some rich white folk that own that commercial that's getting the bread. I knew something was weird about that water shit though. I've been hearing about that since I was a child. I just can't see how it could support all those wild animals in jungles with no water like that. It never really made sense to me. Yeah, you definitely do. Cause them CFD brokers are bet Taban. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Them CFD brokers, they be manipulating shit bad. Nah, yeah, I'm already knowing Tawa. I'm gonna text you first. Yo, Taban. Yo, we talked a long time ago. I remember that. some reason I was always drawn to that shit. So I can't really tell what it is, man. I can't really tell what it is. Like, we finally leaving this little range. We'll see if it ends up being a candle close and play. See something. And it's so much cleaner to be able to execute on this joint. Yeah, bro. I remember you sent me the cert from Top Step. Granted, I just seen it. I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but so at least y'all got Top Step in Australia. Talk about, so what prop firm you be using, bro? You know what's crazy? Like with CFD props, I remember when FTMO was like, I think they was like 100. And then I remember when they raised them prices like that. I think that's why the homies that put me on trading and put me on prop firms and all of that, they don't trade no more. They just didn't thug it out long enough. Things are not the same like that. I mean, at least with futures. Funded Next is fire, bro. I remember Funded Next, so I dropped a video about how I'm gonna hit 10K in the next 90 days. When I dropped that video, nobody was really on Funded Next like that. Funded Next was a prop firm that I was researching for days, bro, because I couldn't find nobody that ever traded futures with them. And I believe the accounts was dirt cheap. Like, they was dirt cheap. I want to say they was either like $99 or like $50. I can't remember which one. So my plan was to snap through them. But once people started, there was like a few people at first just getting the accounts. They had no activation fee, no consistency in funded, and you only needed 3 days in the green to withdraw. Bro, people was destroying them. Like the first few people was destroying them. They got popular OD fast, and they hiked up the price of those accounts. That's why that plan changed right there. But my OG plan was with Funded Next when they first came to futures. What? What do you mean by that? I'm trying to figure out if you being serious. And if you being serious, I ain't know they could do that. Australia do that? Oh shit. You talking about the prop firm my Forex funds. Oh shit. Yo, tell me why I had just got funded with them. I had just passed the account, and then it was like this message on the website, like it shut down. My heart was broke, boy. I instantly went and disputed that shit with my bank, got my bread back. I should have did it for every single eval. I would have got 1,000 back. Yeah, they was solid too. FTMO cool for CFDs, but like, bro, they charge. Granted, I haven't looked in a long time, but I'm pretty sure they was charging like 500 for an account. I might be tripping. Let me look and see. Yo, Zimbabwe look beautiful, bro. FTMO challenge. Let's see. Little ass gap. I'm gonna annotate it just to experiment. Website not loading. Yeah, 500 for 50K bugging. What? 500? Crazy, bro. Bro, I remember when them shits was not like that. My man's went broke on FTMO, bro. I think that's why he don't trade no more. The dude put me on this shit. It's crazy, bro. I used to sell a little flower in high school. That was my plug. And he the one who put me on trading. That bro gave me opportunity after opportunity, and he don't do none of it no more. Yo, FTMO's OD. E8 had an eye on them. Yo. Okay, this is a 500,000 account. But even like a 50K account in EA is 260. Why do they charge so much? You don't even get 100% payout. And the profit target is better on futures. Like the drawdown to profit target ratio. Yeah, bro, he quit, like, and it's crazy because he was making money. He was making money, and I guess he went on a streak, like, on a little hot streak. Made some bread, and then that shit was over with. And this was, we were trading prior to that in IML, but we weren't really traders. ICT had just dropped his 2022 mentorship model, and he was just going in there and executing that model right after 9:30 and getting a liquidity sweep. You know, that could work for you for a while, but without the narrative and the logic, it's gonna get you. Oh, I actually remember what I was saying about my girl's stepdad and shit. AI was saying, I asked it, why do people feel like trading is impossible? And it had mentioned that people don't feel like, yeah, IML got me. I was a gullible kid, bro, but I was just looking for a way out. He had mentioned that people don't believe it's impossible. People think it's improbable. Cool. That lined up with my girl's step-pops. Cause he be mentioning it, but when I showed him my mentor and how much my mentor be making, he told me like that shit's probably fake. I told him it's not even about it being fake. Like, it's about the fact that he's calling out these moves before it happens. That's what gives me faith. And my mentor is a monster. Like, Lil Clutch, y'all probably know Lil Clutch, Ethan. He's not really out there. He doesn't advertise his mentorship. He doesn't have a YouTube. Bro, he's in a tug, and he's a dog. Like, So I was mentioning to the AI, and honestly, I could probably make a whole video on this conversation. I was just at work talking to it like I was on the phone. It's scared that I could do that. This AI shit is kind of new, and I can already talk to it like I'm on the phone. And it had mentioned, well, basically what it said was, let me read my last. So what you're saying is the thing that separates the 87% from the 13% is a lack of data. And the thing that separates the 13% from that 1% is a lack of emotional control on top of the lack of data plus risk management. But with all that being said, and with all that being known, and it being measurable, people still deem trading improbable, but not impossible. In reality, what they deem improbable is that an imperfect human being like themselves would be able to control themselves when it comes to managing risk and managing their emotions. And in reality, that's what it is. Is this Mario? Who, the homie? The homie that I'm talking about that put me on trading? And let me explain to you what it's at. The edge itself, the data, the strategy, the setup, that's all knowable and measurable, and honestly not that hard to acquire with enough repetitions. So the improbability was never about the market being unbeatable. The improbability lives entirely inside the human, the operator. What people are really betting against when they call making consistent profits improbable is a person's ability to execute a known edge flawlessly under financial pressure thousands of times without their own psychology sabotaging them. So the market isn't the hard part, the market is just the math. The person, the operator, is the hard part. And that's why your earlier point about finding peace within childhood fear is a whole ball game. Blah, blah, blah. So when my girl said that doubt trading, what he's really doubting is human consistency. Whether he knows that or not, I don't know. But the doubt needs to be aimed at the operator and not the machine itself. This is Mario. Nah, Mario's not that homie. I met Mario through YouTube. I'm grateful, Tawa. I'm grateful, bro. Real shit. Trading collecting data trading changed my trading as well. It's still changing my trading. Whenever I'm having a bad week on the charts, I just go collect some data too. It's also good for the mind. Because sometimes I have to show myself that I still know how to trade. It's crazy. Sometimes I gotta show myself I still know how to trade, bro. No, Taban, I feel weird saying that, but you gotta let me know if I'm saying it right or wrong. Nah, this homie, his name was Brady. His name was Brady. I went to school with him. The way I fell on trading is kind of crazy. I've told the story on my YouTube before, but maybe I'll tell it again in the future, bro. Like, that was a spirit. Trading arrived to me in a very spiritual way. In a very, very spiritual way, for real. What is this on ES, bro? Oh, that's that. Hold on. And it's funny because Brady put me on a lot of the spiritual things that I knew as well. He blessed me. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't be ZC Trades without Brady. Who would I be? Taban. I say it like fluently enough. Taban or Taban. I ain't trying to offend you at all, bro. I'm just trying to understand. Yeah, man. It's a good method. And like, yo, so do you collect data in the Notion? If so, I've also began collecting it in this as well. This is a new one. And I don't even remember the last time I worked on this. But I've been using this template for about 2 years. So I've tested out probably 5 models. You know what I'm saying? And went and got at least a year and a half with 2 of them. Year and a half worth of data. I have one model where I execute on a 5-minute. I made that model myself. And I have another model I execute on a 1 minute. But what I really wanted to do was master the 15-second. Because the 15-second allows you to catch the very, very beginning of the moves. Curious as to what's going to happen here. This is a new day opening game. Let me hit a quick login right quick. What time is it? 10:38. This is what it really looks like. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This gotta be unmitigated. I just wanna check. Okay, nah. This whole gap is mitigated. I'll probably trade right through it. Okay, bet. That's a good way to do it, Tawa. Find Notion easier, print my chart annotations. Then journal handwritten. I'm not gonna lie, Tawa, I would rather do it how you do it. I just don't have a printer. That's probably like, I would love to do that. Oh God, I'm like, bro, over the course of the next 5 years, you're gonna see so much progress, and it's gonna be physically in your face. That's so fire. I might start doing that. I gotta get a printer though. So I wish this happened right after 9:30. This is happening an hour late. There's nothing here that's unmitigated. And this was traded below. I can get rid of it. Get rid of all this shit. See, that's beautiful. When you ask me if I find Notion easier, I don't think I ever really used anything else, and I think I haven't because of how convenient Notion is. Yeah, I'm just not liking the time. I'm not a big fan of the time going on. I like how ES is respecting that PD rate at the moment. And it makes me want to find a PD array nearby on ES, on NQ, I'm sorry. But there is none. There is none that I'm interested in besides that purple one. So we got this, what is it, New Day opening gap? And that's yesterday's New Day opening gap, I believe. No, I lied, that's today's. But there's no specific area inside of this that I like. There's no lower time frame POI like we said. Like I said in my rules. You'll see me do this often. I just scour the time frames. I don't really like to go below the 15-second, but speaking of notions, I'm about to begin testing this model, right? So price is fractal. The POIs that we have on a higher time frame, there are POIs inside of them on a lower time frame. Now my mentor, bro, he gets egregious entries. Like they are insane. To the point where I have to ask him, like, how did you get that entry? But he never really has much of an answer besides like what PD arrays. And in reality, that is the answer. Because PD arrays are fractal. So when I'm annotating like these 5-minute PD arrays, for example, actually we can go find an example from, when's the last day that we traded? Monday. Let's go back to Monday, just real quick. And I'm thinking about implementing this into the model. So boom. We got this giant new week opening gap. Cool. Let's refine the new week opening gap and find the most sensitive area inside of that, which is likely this SIBI that was displaced above without a physical candle passing through it. Just a volume imbalance. Cool. Now we can quantify that even more, or fractalize that even more. 1 minute Sibby. Cool, but peep how we ran below. I want to annotate this. And this is the first time that I'm actually doing this, doing it live in front of you guys. Prior to this, it was just an idea. What I want to see is if there's a 15-second level that aligns with all three of these levels that we've annotated. No. I don't see one. Let's go 5. Because I'm a firm believer in price does things with intention. So I don't believe that we ran lower on accident. Volume imbalance here, maybe? I don't know. I have to test it out and see. But this volume imbalance is everywhere on this time frame. This should be here, maybe. But I'd like to think that we turned around at this exact POI intentionally. I don't know. I'll have to continue testing it. And if I can lock that in, I'm going to be top ticking and bottom ticking. For real. I'll probably end up just going down to 5-second chart, 1-second chart. Just the same logic you used on Friday. Because I wasn't in my setup on Friday, so I couldn't be live. Computer was moving too slow. Yeah, same exact logic I use for every day, bro. It's crazy because it clicked before, but it never has clicked this good. It didn't click this good before because I was kind of just doing what my mentor told me to do. What he does, as far as I know. Nobody knows exactly what he does. But when I forgot that rule, and I saw what happens when you forget that rule, I appreciate it on a different level now. No, it's easy. It's easy, it's just that like everything has to align. Like if you peep, bro, I don't even go on a 1 minute unless it makes sense to. Once it makes sense to go on a 1 minute, it makes sense to go on a 15-second. Bro, you used to be able to just be on a 15-second. I believe. Now I have to pay for premium. I think I pay like $250 a year, which ain't terrible. I'll do that. And it's also good because you get way more data when it comes to like back testing and bar replay. I used to share this account with somebody, but whenever we be live trading, it kick one off. You don't need the 15-second, bro. I'm only on the 15-second because I want high R. And because I'm able to call out these, my mentor told me I had the same entry model on the 15-second that I did on the 1 minute when I was profitable last time. I believe part of what threw me off for a while is I had a meeting with him and he had told me that, what did he say? He said, if you're calling out the exact POIs and you're confident that you can keep doing that, then why don't you just go to the 15-second? That'll turn 1 to 3s to 1 to 6s, 1 to 5s, and things like that. And I told him, I said, you're right. But what I wasn't doing was redefining those PD arrays. What chart time frames do you use? 5 minute, 4 hour? I use the same as you, bro. I don't use the 4 hour for marking out PD arrays, though. I just use it for the quarterly theory. use the daily and weekly, monthly. Yeah, we use the same. On occasion, I'll look at a 30-minute chart. But anything, I'm at a point in my journey, y'all, where like anything that I don't have data on, I don't use. I'd rather stay away for the day and wait till it makes sense. It's like a 30-minute chart. I don't annotate 30-minute PD arrays because I've never collected data on them. Of course, they work to some degree, but yeah. Do y'all know who Lil Clutch is, though? Y'all know who I'm talking about when I say that? Ethan. Ethan is a beast. Ethan was Mario's friend. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're still cool. He was in Mario's Discord, and he was probably the nicest trader in there. And he opened up his own Discord. And I remember when things was hard for me, bro, and I wanted Ethan's mentorship, because Ethan's mentorship started off kind of cheap because nobody really knew who he was. Yeah, they definitely getting smacked. Nobody knew who he was, but it progressively got more expensive because he was creating student to it results, and he was just getting OD results. Like this move from here, Ethan is probably in this. He's probably in this at the bottom. He doesn't trade often. He used to trade a lot more. But and thank you, Tawa, for the compliment on my trade. But he started from the ground up like us. He's a dog. I remember when things was feeling hopeless for me, because how it happened is so I was in Mario's Discord as well, and there was a specific PD array that I didn't know was public, and it's a PD array that I'm showing y'all all the time. It's that unicorn level. And I told him, I said, don't tell them about this PD array yet. Like, I want to tell him about the PD array, basically. And he was teaching the PD array. And I look back on that, and I got upset with him. And I had texted him. And we had got into like a little banter. It was super childish on my part. It was overly childish on my part. Like, I don't even like talking about that shit, bro. And that shit wasn't even that long ago. Yeah, Blazing, my guy. Blazing be going through it. Good trader though. But we had gotten to it and blah blah blah. And bro, like we just ended up not talking. But Ethan was always the nicest trader I could think of. Like, so boom, I'm going through it, and I'm talking to my lady at the time, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to put my pride to the side and get Ethan's mentorship. Like, I don't care, I want it that bad. I was like, I'm gonna call him and apologize, and I'm gonna get his mentorship. Called him, talked to him, and he handled that shit like a dog, bro. Like, as a man should. Like, he didn't hold it against me. I don't know if he does a little bit to this day or what. I don't care, bro. But his mentorship, I believe, was like $1,200, $1,500. And it was the one mentorship that I was confident in buying because Ethan calls out the market consistently. And I don't know what his losses look like, but he does the same thing I do. Like this format with the Notion, anticipations before each session, that's not original to me. Like I got that from him. Like that's how I had to practice backtesting. That was how I made things make sense. So I remember I worked 2 jobs, bro. I worked 2 jobs for like 2 months straight to get the money. I didn't have time for shit. Like, bro, I went on a lot of side quests when I wasn't on YouTube. Remember, I was, like, wake up, drive like to this job that was like 30 minutes away, and work 8 hours there, and I would leave like 30 minutes away to get back to my other job and work there and get home, go to sleep, and do it over and over and over and over until I had the money to get that mentorship. And I studied that mentorship so heavily. Quit that job as soon as I had the bread. It was worth it, bro. I wouldn't understand this shit without Ethan. I'm gonna lie. Like quarterly theory, I had that in the bag. And I also had bought Zeusi's mentorship back in the day. But these days Ethan is in contact with Zeusi. Like, them two talk, and Ethan be helping Zeusi out, allegedly. I believe it. Ethan is cold, bro. Yeah, bro, I really want it. I was going in that joint every single day, bro, and I did not feel like it. It's like, I don't know none of these people. None of these people know me. And let's see. And bro, I had to like pray about that shit every day. And I told the homies, like Brandon. I told Brandon and Mario, because Mario was like, don't buy that shit. I told him, I said, yo, this is the last course I'm ever buying. TT Trades. TT Trades is good too. I know Ethan references a few of his videos. Yeah, bro. And typical, he from Jamaica. I wouldn't know anything about QT if it wasn't for Typical, bro. Typical gave me all the videos to QT in Dave's mentorship, and I put them on this brick because they were so good that I thought they was gonna get deleted. And they are all on here. 1 terabyte hard drive. I haven't had to use it yet. There was nights where like me and Typical was just, we stayed up. Let me see something. We stayed up and we were just asking each other a bunch of questions, trying to figure this shit out. Another dude is there, his name was Boria too. We had to go on Telegram for it. That's what we was on for Jacob shit. Jacob was Dave's student. Like me and Typical was in it. We was figuring this shit out ourselves, bro. Like I remember hearing the Magneto effect for the first time, and I'm like, what is that? And I remember like being like, yo, the S and T's line up. Why is it not working? Yo, it goes so deep. Because when you look at them and their charts, bro, they don't have PD arrays on their charts. But you know what I be thinking, bro? I think because Ethan does this shit too. They have a separate layout for the charts that they show us. You understand? Like, and then they have another layout where they have everything all marked up. Cause ain't no way I'm keeping track of all of this off the top of my head every day, every week. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. It would be crazy that you and Brandon talked about it and looked for him in his course. Yeah, bro. I think bro. Everybody that was with Dave, they shit was getting leaked, boy. That shit was crazy. Jacob, I paid like $100 something a month for Jacob's stuff, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even learn nothing. Like coming behind Dave, I didn't even learn nothing. Hopefully, still on when I get home in 45 minutes, which I doubt. Top tick monster, KT. KT, what's the KT stand for, bro? Alright, sounds good, brother, man. Yeah, bro. Lil Clutch, he says that he taught Zusi. I don't know if he taught Zusi or if he just worked with Zusi or if he's just a good friend. They be talking, which is insane to me. That's insane to me, bro. Jacob, I didn't learn nothing from him. The only reason I bought his course was because he discovered TPD the same way I did. I discovered TPD by myself. That was through going in every single day on the Notion and just taking notes and studying everything. And I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to use it. And he was the only person in the world that I could find that had a name for it. I actually named it because I thought I was going to release it to the public as a PD array that, or like, I don't know. I named it something. But Typical was like, yo, Day has a student that has found the same thing. And I was like, yo, let me see. And that's why I bought it. I thought he was going to teach me how to use KD going to everybody's mentorship. Bro, I was going to everybody's mentorship, bro. I played ball, bro. I've been around the world. Like, I took my shot at everything. That's how bad I wanted it, bro. I spent way too much bread on courses and shit. Tons of useless information. I can't be like that, bro. The whole reason I came on YouTube is because like there was videos out there that I wanted to watch that didn't exist. So I'm coming with my unique model the same way. I got a homie he's from Baltimore. He's about to start trading seriously, and I want to teach him everything I know. My little sister, she knows a little bit. I'm just giving her a little bit of information as she grows up, because she's not gonna want to work, bro. She's just like me, and that's what I be thinking, Taban. Like, yo, ICT, this knowledge is like it appears endless. I guess how it looks. It's not, but he got a lot of filler. But we gotta be the next ICTs. Lil Clutch is the next ICT, I ain't gonna lie. I had to get his mentorship. And he's a good mentor too. The good part about that is I am a direct student of him. So y'all don't have to go through if y'all were interested in trading like him. I wouldn't say I trade exactly like him. I don't think he uses quarterly theory. I don't think he does. He uses SMT though. But if you just go look at his what do you call it? If you go look at his stats, they're ridiculous. Like this dude's sniping 401k entries. Like, calling out the market before it happens. I got my whole style from him. I told him when I first started that I'm going to be his best student, and I'm not. Not yet. Yeah, I wish I could do some jutsu. Do a dumb shit. Twitter Spaces on Spotify are great psychological listens. Yo, them joints used to get me through the whole day at work, Taban. Used to get me through the whole day, bro. Damn. I'll be in the work, like, yo, I really miss them days sometimes. Like, I'm in the warehouse hating life. Why do I miss that? The floor is sweating. The trailers is 500 degrees. And I'm picking up stacks on a dolly that weigh like 300 pounds and putting them on a chain so that they can go down the dock. And it just, I don't know, bro. Like, dealing with people that I don't really want to deal with in terms of managers and supervisors. But it's like managers or supervisors versus the regular employees. Like it was us versus them. And I just wanted to get out of there so bad. All I did was listen to ICT, Twitter Spaces, and go home and study ICT. That's all I did. That was such a good part of my life. Like, this shit built a lot of me. It built a whole lot. I wish y'all knew that me. I really do. Wish I had a camera then. I was young. I was a lot more wild. My mind was more malleable. But them Twitter Spaces got me through 8-hour shifts too. Word, bro. That motherfucker had dropped a 4-hour Twitter Space, bro. Take you right to lunch. Oh, God. Damn. I must have to start busting them back out, man. I don't know how he does it, though. Like, yo, by like 9:50, when I'm live, if I don't know what to say, I'll be like, damn, it's going to be a long 40 minutes. Oh, God. I don't be knowing what to say. I'm naturally like that, though. Like, whenever we all meet in person, like, however that happens, however the universe brings us, like, you're gonna notice, like, once we get, like, the initial chats out the way, like, yo, Z don't be having much to say. Z just be thinking for real. Like, I be thinking and listening. Damn, Tawa, you got the #1 spot now. Have you been at that jump? Damn, y'all hit 150 XP. I fucks with y'all, bro. I'm real life grateful for y'all. Yo, Taban. Yo, your profile pictures be having me like squinting my eyes and shit. Yeah, it do. It do. I love listening to that dude, bro. I don't care if he's profitable or not. I think it's a very low probability he's not profitable. I'm just the type of dude I listen to a person who has value, whether they're younger than me, older than me. And whenever we meet, like, you'll notice whenever we talk, I'm genuinely listening, bro. I'm genuinely listening and processing. So, like, whenever I bump into an old head that got some game, bro, I enter student mode. Like, like a child does. This a random Tumblr pic I found where, damn, I forgot about Tumblr. And low key, bro, sometimes I despise that about myself. Like, yo, you're not a child. You're actually very intelligent. Like these people think you dumb the way that you listening, but in reality, an intelligent person go peep like, yo, this dude's smart because he just stopped everything he listening to me. Like, he entered student mode. Like, sometimes, bro, I be bumping into grown ass kids, like people who just got somehow got all the way through to 50 years old and don't got no fucking wisdom to them or knowledge to them. It be old ass dummy, for real. It is, man. Many problems too. Yeah, that is a great point, Taban. That's a great point. But it's like I don't know, man. It's like, yo, once Doyle got exposed, again, that changed some of my brain chemistry, bro. Yeah, that changed some of my brain chemistry, bro. Cause I was like, damn, so anybody could just be faking this shit. That's why I got a track record now. That's why I'm live streaming now. When I get to where I'm going, it will be irrefutable. You can't even put that shit on my name. I don't want that. Because if I was Doyle, bro, I would just be like, drop a 5-minute video. This is what I got going on. Clear this up. Because your reputation is everything. Your reputation is everything, bro. Like in history, I can't think of an exact example, but a reputation to scare army. A reputation to get favors done for you just off of your name. Like, I don't know if Doyle's profitable, bro. I don't want to doubt Doyle at all. But granted, I have not done my research on it. This was told to me word of mouth. But bro, I was going around saying like, yo, Doyle made me change my motto, bro. Because I'm like, yo, Doyle's profitable off 1-to-1s. I'm sitting here trying to go for 1-to-5s and shit. I'm just gonna go for a 1-to-2, a 1-to-3. And that was my 5-minute model. That's the whole reason why I created it. Because Doyle was making bread off 1-to-1s. And the 5-minute model was profitable, but it wasn't that profitable. Like, I didn't have the patience for it. This cartoon was fire, bro. I used to watch them at my job too. Still do every once in a while. But once you start getting money, bro, it's like it's that hunger dies down, and I'm so afraid of that shit. It's so much that I'm afraid of once you start getting money, bro. Like, people change. People change, bro. I rock with Doyle though. That boy just chill. Like Doyle remind me of somebody I would just hang out with in real life. Like he's just so neutral. Like he don't give a fuck. Those are my favorite kind of people. Who've realized like how small everything is. Those are people who've just been callous though through bullshit. Doyle was the reason why I created a YouTube intro the way that I did, bro. Like, I'll be turning down the volume on my YouTube intro so y'all don't hear the actual volume or the actual song that's behind it, bro. But it's a song that's like as close to Doyle's song as I could find. Because when I first started YouTube, that was my reference. Do it. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Doyle asses. Fuck with Doyle. It's 11:15. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I gotta hit the gym. If I sit here any longer, the longer I sit here, the I don't know. Less energy I'm gonna have to work out. Yeah, bro, my intro is smacked like Doyle's. I literally, like, if you pay attention, alright, so it's a full clip, right? I chop out certain parts of the clip. Like when I'm about to sit down, it'll skip from right here, I'm already right here. I'm about to put my hands on the computer, it'll skip from right here, I'm already right here. You know what I'm saying? like Doyle shit is smacked like that. At the desk and all that. Yeah, bro. Inspiration is everywhere at all times. Damn, bro, I'm really enjoying myself with y'all, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm really enjoying myself. I don't care if this shit get thousands of views ever, bro. Like, yeah. It this shit is dope. This shit is dope. I would go live every day just for this. Like, this shit made my day, bro. I woke up, I was not in the greatest mood. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. So I appreciate and I'm grateful for y'all. But let me get my ass moving, man. I gotta pick up this camera, do a little vlog, figure out what I'm gonna talk about. And I'll be on here tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow offers us a move. This is all that I wanted to see today. Like, it looks like we're going to do it, but it's far too late in the day for me. Yeah, man. So I appreciate you, Tawa. I appreciate you, Taban. I appreciate you, KT. Anybody else who joined this joint, holler at me. I'm gonna get with y'all on the next one tomorrow, and on the vlog tonight. I always say tighten up and always look for inspiration. Everything at all times, it is omnipresent. And please remember that conversation that I brought up about the percentiles of people who make it in trading and what it takes to reach into that 1%. Even if we completely annihilated that 87% that quit within that first year, and we only base our statistics off of the 13% that are there after year 2, which is all of us sitting right here, that 13% becomes 100%. Only 7-8% of traders make it through there. So you got plenty of hurdles to go through. Keep doing what you got to do. Find strength where you can. And stay sharp, bro. I'm glad nobody pressed the button today because, in my opinion, there ain't really nothing here. So I'm going to get with y'all on the next one, man. Damn, that was fun. Peace.